One of my favorite things to do in Wuthering Waves is exploring the immensely beautiful and captivating open world. So, of course, I was more than stoked for the release of Lahai-Roi with the game's third year of content. Both Huanglong and Rinascita were visual masterpieces and an absolute joy to explore, so I knew the game's third region would blow me away too. But I think I was even more excited in figuring out the way we were going to explore this new wonderland beneath the ice, as Kuro Games made it very clear from the start that we wouldn't be able to use our trusty grapple or our free-flowing wings in Lahai-Roi, but instead a motorcycle? Now, I already knew Kuro Games was able to make the extra layers of exploration work like a charm. I even made a whole video about it. But when I first learned that we would trade in the ability to fly for a motorcycle, I was a bit worried. Like, would a wheeled vehicle give us the same sense of freedom and fun as literal wings to soar through the sky? Well, the answer was a resounding yes. I honestly never expected the so-called expedition motorcycle to feel and handle so well. We already had some experience with riding a motorcycle thanks to the Inferno Rider's unique skill, but that always felt a bit clunky and not right for the game. But the bike we ride in Lahai-Roi feels completely different. It's smooth to handle, has easy to learn controls straight out of a racing game, and just gives a feeling of unrivaled freedom when speeding through the roads of Lahai-Roi or the massive fields, jumping over obstacles and everything. The expedition motorcycle also plays a very pivotal part in the story, which helps make it feel like part of the whole Lahai-Roi experience, instead of just being a silly add-on for exploration. From our first minutes in the region, we are introduced to the way the motorcycle works, alongside our introduction to Linnae, who basically lives and breathes the thing. And it's mostly with her that we learn the ropes and sort of form a bond with both our motorcycle and her. The motorcycle also continues to appear in the main story, like during our battle with the Voidworm or during Mornier's quest. While not exactly subtle, it does make sure we stay comfortable and active on our expedition motorcycle throughout our time in Lahai-Roi. I also think that the way Lahai-Roi was designed also greatly benefits the motorcycle and sort of encourages us to use it. I mean, it was made for it and all. The region is absolutely huge compared to the previous two, with long stretches of roadways, fields to frolic in and sights to take in. But the big difference between Lahai-Roi and, let's say, Rinascita is how empty it feels, but in a very good way. Of course, it isn't completely empty, there's still enemies all over the place, alongside collectible objects for quests and characters and other bits. But it's a lot less compared to Rinascita and Huanglong. This works great with traveling with the motorcycle, as you're not asked to get off at every few dozen meters. Lahai-Roi is made for you to ride that bike for minutes on end to get from one destination to the next. Fast travel was never the most fun way anyway. And even the little things still present in Lahai-Roi's wilderness seem to be made for the bike. As there's many bike-related challenges, we can pick up loads of materials via the bike, and of course can attack whilst dismounting the bike. This way, the vast emptiness of Lahai-Roi works in tandem with the motorcycle and makes it feel truly incorporated into the world, aside from just the visual design with all the roads and bridges and whatnot. I think the Operation Frontier Renewal permanent event shows off the way Lahai-Roi's exploration and design is made for the expedition motorcycle the best. To rebuild the main roads of Lahai-Roi, we have to basically interact with everything the region has to offer on our motorcycle, collect a ton of resources made easy with it, fight enemies which we can easily reach on it, and the results are basically easy ways to travel with the motorcycle. The vast and empty world of Lahai-Roi was made for this exploration and adventure quest. Now, the motorcycle and Lahai-Roi's exploration isn't perfect, of course. I still find myself getting stuck on things whenever I use the motorcycle in some narrow spaces. The fluidity and animation during large story sections could be a lot better, and I'm still waiting for Lahai-Roi to make a distinct type of challenge that makes it stand out from the typical time trials and point collectors. Like, I really want to be able to just have races with NPCs or other players, and I would love to see more customization options later down the line that do things like change the build or the performance of your bike. Still, even with these small nitpicks, the motorcycle and Lahai-Roi's exploration opened the door to so many possibilities in Wuthering Waves. If, going forward, each region has its own special mode of transportation and has its world design made for it, there really are no limits. We've already had, like, some underwater things in Rinascita, so I would love for Kuro to revisit that with a completely new mode of transportation. I don't know, just give me a submarine or something. I do wonder what else they can do, as we've already had a wheeled vehicle and flying already. We can assume the new Federation is the next region, although we thought that for year 3. And that region's entire shtick is their huge love for advanced technology. So we can have anything from teleportation that isn't fast travel to, I don't know, Titanfall-like wall running like we have in some story set pieces. But whatever the future will bring, I will continue to enjoy exploring the vastness of Lahai-Roi on my trusty motorcycle, zipping through the fields and crashing into poles, surely. But what are your thoughts on Lahai-Roi's exploration and the role the motorcycle plays in it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing or even joining the channel as I post regular deep dives and reviews into the games that I love.